This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So we're talking about Australian cities. Where do you think we are on the list of being fancy? Do you think we're in the middle? We're not. Do you reckon we're perceived to be at the top or are we on the bottom? What do you think?
I'm thinking bottom.
Ooh.
So you think out of all the Australian
Are you talking about
cities
other
where-
people's
so who's doing it
perception?
from
like who's,
internationally?
Yeah, basically which city's trash?
Gold Coast.
Oh, trash. Nah. I think
the
people
Gold
from
Coast.
the
And
internationally
Darwin,
would say
hello.
that
Yeah. Which one's Australia's Florida is what I'm saying, you know? Like there's
Australia's
some random
Florida.
weird stuff.
Well, if you're
happening
going
would
there.
be Gold Coast, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or Darwin, because the NT Times has some fairly spectacular
pretty
front
cool.
pages.
Yeah, well,
I don't think many people know we exist.
well, you know why? Because we've recently discovered that Adelaide's a really nice place,
Yes.
right? Which has sort of thrown a spanner in the
Yeah, it
works
has.
because we always wanted to bag out Adelaide. So
Yeah.
but it is it's an amazing place. So whenever something happens in Adelaide that gives us a bit of a leg up, I'm all about it. And
Yeah.
this has happened.
Right.
Okay,
It
great.
was caught on camera. It's so exciting. There's a guy who was at the Westfield. He was just minding his own business, walking along, and he had a packet of food opened up that he'd just gotten from the supermarket. And he was just hoeing into this food, big bites, eating it.
What could it
Obviously,
be?
like a vanilla
Like
slice
hot
or
chicken.
something from the bakery. Oh, hot chicken, yeah.
Yeah, because you get into that, a wing.
Well, Shaun, you're half right. It was chicken, but it was raw. Raw drumsticks. He was just chewing.
They're good value,
raw
the drumsticks.
Now, I know that you can
$11 a kilo.
eat raw meat in some scenarios. I don't
Yes.
think it can ever be chicken.
Yes, sort of beef tartare, absolutely.
Yes.
Raw
Fish?
sashimi, absolutely.
Yeah.
Chicken, no.
Isn't it salmonella?
When you watch MasterChef, they freak out if it's even a tiny
tiny
bit
bit.
pink in the middle.
This
They're like, we
article
can't eat
is
that.
saying that you shouldn't eat sausages if they're a little bit pink in the middle as well.
Ooh.
I know.
What? By the way, why can you eat fish and meat and
Raw?
not chicken?
It'll be the microbes that are in them, basically. So the chances of getting salmonella are far greater in chicken than in other meat.
Because chickens
Just knew it as a
because
rule. I didn't
chickens,
know why.
chickens are dirty, Shaun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Oh,
Chickens
they
are dirty. That's why they're called foul.
Yes, good point.
They're
Nat.
gross.
God, you teach me a lot.
Well, all these people are going, oh my God, what is happening here? Why is a guy walking around eating raw chicken drumsticks?
My immediate thought was off chops.
Oh, Natalie, so many of the comments are like, math.
Yes.
And it's like, you're probably right. But other people are going down another track and they were saying he wants a week off work. Someone's trying to get a few sick days.
Yeah.
And I thought, that'll do it.
We talk about it a fair bit around here. What will we have to do to take a sick day?
Yeah.
And a lot of times yours is crashing your car on the way to work.
Oh, I don't want to be like yes, it does involve me hitting a tree, but I survive. And I could be knocked out for a couple of days.
Yeah, just for a couple of days. And you have
And I
nice
want to
sleep.
wake up with no permanent injuries.
Yeah.
I just want to have a nice long sleep.
Ooh, it's very specific, isn't it?
A nice long sleep and be fed through a tube.
But it was that time when we had the Kalgoorlie sausage rolls that were sitting
Yes.
in there for 4 years at the
Yes,
time.
they were out of the freezer, and you were too much of a pussy to eat them. Nathan and I, were like, oh, yeah, no, we'll eat that.
Yeah, we don't care.
We don't care.
So we ate it. And then, you know what we were so hoping for? We were hoping for food poisoning.
To get that gurgling guts
Not a
and then
big
go.
douse of it. You can get a little
Yeah.
bit of food poisoning, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, we just wanted like a little bit of food poisoning, 2 days off tops. And we were actually, like, to be honest, that was probably a lot of my motivation to eat that sausage
Yeah.
roll that day.
We didn't work. We got cast iron guts and we were fine.
The great thing about getting food poisoning is, and if it's not right over the top too, it's like you've done 1,000 sit-ups for a few
That's
days in a
true.
row.
That's
It's
true.
Oh, is it
good.
really?
Yes, because your stomach is contracting all the time, Nate.
Oh, my God.
All the
Come
throwing
out
up.
with a washboard.
Oh, my God, go get me some steggles. So anyway, I'm going to do sit-ups.
Ellie, have you ever made yourself sick or given yourself an
I
injury
feel
to
like
get out of something?
Nathan's got something up on his iPad that's making me feel sick.
Well, we're talking about this because a guy was eating raw chicken drumsticks in Adelaide, and people are going, oh, he must have been trying to get a couple of days off working, make himself sick. But Sam was just told me that he's pretty sure that there is chicken sashimi in Japan, and there
Really?
is.
There is.
It's here.
For the chunks of chicken.
It is.
Oh, that's not
It's
right.
not been embraced by Western culture. That's why we don't know
Yeah,
about
because
it.
it's off chicken.
Maybe do they know about, like, you know,
I mean, they
salmonella?
they also eat that blowfish
that.
that'll kill you. So
Oh, they do too.
Oh my God!
I wonder if they do it in a. No thanks.
That is so rank. We are talking about whether anyone in Perth has intentionally made themselves sick or injured themselves to get out of something.
let's go to Graham. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you
G'day,
are, Graham. All right. Have you made yourself sick or injured to get out of something?
I made someone else, well, I injured somebody else to get out of going to church when I was a kid.
I mean, I would have thought if you injured
Yeah.
somebody else that you would be carted off to church even faster. What happened? Tell us.
I got brought up in a home with other kids and we had to go to church and I decided that I didn't want to go. And so I started an argument with one of the other kids and he had a belt with a big buckle on it.
Yeah.
And I swung it around and hit him in the forehead and slashed his forehead open. And so we had to go to the hospital instead of going to church. I got out of church.
And that was a better option.
Graham.
Yeah.
I mean, I have similar feelings about organised religion, so I see where you're coming from.
Graham, how many kids were in the home?
It was only small and there was only 8 of us. And, yeah, for some reason I just didn't want to go to church because it was a church home. So
Yeah, real hardcore
right.
Christian
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yeah. So Graham, so that was your intention. You got the belt. You went, okay. So this, I want him to bleed, so I can get out of church.
Well, I didn't intentionally want him to bleed. I just wanted to sort of I don't know, get a bump on the head or something. But because the buckle sort of it was a big buckle, and I obviously hit him a lot harder than I thought,
Yeah,
and
sure.
it just slashed the whole head open.
Oh,
Is he okay now?
Oh yeah, he was
Great.
fine.
Great.
Just got a couple of stitches in the forehead.
did you get a thank you?
I got into trouble.
Yeah. Well, he's not a monster, Sean.
No.
He
No,
didn't
but-
set out to make him bleed.
No.
But seven others might have thought, yes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Good idea. Thanks,
Graham's taking
Graham.
one for the team.
Sam's in Parmelia. Morning, Sam.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Sam.
Now, have you deliberately made yourself sick or injured yourself to get out of something?
I did. It was back in high school, and I was not prepared for one of my mock exams at all. So I've got a really bad nut allergy.
You did not.
So I drove to the shop and bought some cashews, and then I ate one and told my mother it was her fault because she hadn't separated the trail mix.
Yeah.
So your one of your
then-
mum's jobs was to separate the trail mix to make it safe for you.
Well, she had her own and she had mine, and I said she put the wrong one in my container.
Yes.
And then I took the drowsy medication after projectile vomiting in our bathroom, and I was too drowsy to do the exam.
That's
Too good,
Some genius
Sam.
there, isn't
You
it?
are a
always
genius.
thought.
And I got a deferment, and
Did
that
you?
passed really well.
So it worked.
I honestly
It
thought
did.
that like being allergic to someone was like a kryptonite, but I mean,
Yes.
really, you can look at it the other way and see it as a superpower.
Yeah.
To be able
Well,
to.
now it's worse now, so now I have an EpiPen. But back then I just used to get really sick and vomit.
Yeah.
That is a great way to get out
Sam's a thinker.
of an exam. I
What subject was it?
Chemistry.
Oh, no,
Oh,
I
God,
see where you're
mate.
coming from.
Jesus.
Wow. Thanks, Sam.
All right.
I mean, don't do it, kids.
Don't do it. Neither of those things.
Nah,
Don't do
not a
that.
great idea.
Yeah.
Don't do
Don't
that.
hit someone in the head with their belt buckle.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Into the studio. Here he is. The tornado himself. Miguel Mayes today.
How good is the sound?
I know. I would crown you king.
Yes. What?
I'm more used to La Bamba or something like that. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
I remember La Bamba. Do you know the words of La Bamba?
Hey, what do you
Okay, because
mean?
we all just phonetically
Yes,
would sing
just
it.
go,
We go,
yeah.
ah, la 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 Bamba.
Yeah, that's
ah,
what
la la
everybody
la
do.
la Bamba.
What does it mean?
Necesito una point on a glass now.
Una
Una point on a glass now.
Is that how I do a
Necesito.
sound in English?
Yes.
What is that? What are the words? What are the words?
Para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia para mi patilla. Allá arriba, allá arriba.
So what does that
What does it
mean?
La bamba is like a popular Mexican kind of song that get people excited. It's like to dance la bamba, you
Yeah.
need to be gracious and sexy. And
Double jointed.
I mean, you have to have 2 legs. I mean, like it's like a really popular song. It's like see a smile and get me a Vegemite sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
sure,
yes,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
So what were the lyrics though? What did it say?
So para bailar la
Yeah.
bamba, to dance la bamba,
Yeah.
se necesita una poca de gracia.
Yeah.
You need to be gracious. una poca de gracia para ti, para mí. A little bit of grace for you and I.
Yeah.
Allá arriba, allá arriba.
That means they're going to do it.
Por ti seré. I will be for you. I will be for you.
Oh, look at us getting educated.
That is the first time I've known what La Bamba means.
No.
I know, but you know what you say when you sing in a party, everybody's
Yes.
like,
Correct.
that's exactly the same when I introduce myself to someone and say, hi, my name is Miguel, I'm cooking a paella. And people say, hi, Miguel, nice paella.
That's right.
Excuse me. A ver, what part of Miguel you don't understand, you idiot? I mean, paella, Miguel. I just get out of the chair already.
But saying things is hard, though. I went into a Turkish restaurant, a takeaway place once, and I confidently went up and said, I'll get the ham and cheese pied, thanks. And I went, it's a pita.
But even people trying to pronounce, like, you
Yeah.
know, the Aussies, we're trying to pronounce things they in a different language
Yes.
and giving it like too much. So you'll say, oh, hey, mate, I will have the risotto. Calm down, please, calm down. With a little bit of bruschetta.
What about bolognese? Bolognese. Like the bolognese, or what is it?
Yeah,
What?
some people, I mean, you haven't dinner, people trying to look
Yeah.
like
Yes.
they've been traveling around the world and they sound like real tools because they're like, oh, I'll have the spaghetti bolognese. I'm like,
Yeah.
mate.
Everything you said
Well, I
in
mean-
Australian except for that.
I know.
If you're having a sandwich, it's jamon, right?
Yeah, come on. I mean, but that you really need to mean it. In Spain, everything is go.
Yeah.
I mean, you get up in the morning. Hello, come on. I love you.
Were you people?
Hello, hey, yeah.
Were you guys even allowed to be talking to each other during COVID?
I mean, in Spain, people wasn't allowed. I mean, the safety distance was 8 meters. Because they'll say,
Hey, Miguel.
oh, that's brilliant. Oh my God, I'm taking that one with me.
Write it down, call it your own. Hey, Miguel, Nathan was just telling you we're going over to see Anthony Albanese and have dinner at his house, right? Prime Minister
the
of
lodge.
Australia. Pretty exciting stuff. What was it like when you met the King of Spain and he ordained you or something?
I mean, I didn't meet him personally face to face.
Yeah.
But he did write me a letter and did a communicate to us, and I got it given by the consul of Spain because obviously we could not go to Spain. But like, I have a letter at home.
Do you have a letter at home?
I'm getting more by this.
You are.
I mean, like,
I want to hear the whole
When
thing.
you're amongst Spanish friends, you just talk
I'm
like
going to start going 8 meters that
You
way.
mean amigos para siempre.
Amigos para
Amigos para siempre, me will always be my friend. But the thing is, when I got the letter from the king, I mean, I'm an illegal immigrant. I got a letter from the king.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. Like,
Yes.
that is the biggest achievement as a chef. I mean, when somebody called you from the consulate and said,
Yeah.
we're going to give you the Order of Spain, I'm like, it must be a mistake. Why? I feel
Yeah.
really humbling, don't
Yes,
deserve it.
yeah.
I said, Miguel, you do a big job for the Spanish culture in Australian
Yes.
media. And I'm like, but what about normally philosophers, architects,
Yes.
doctor, people that is important? I mean,
They were like, you
look at
can't
me.
come back to Spain, but we're going to give you this honour if you stay in
I
Australia.
work in the living room. Like, how you going to give me? And gringos say they give you the award so you don't come back to Spain.
We're
It's
onto ya.
it would have been a scary phone call to answer, though, being a legal immigrant, because either you're going to be honoured or deported.
Yes.
No, but rather side way, I got my immigration report all sorted out. I think the king got the good word. But like the writing of a king,
Yeah.
I got the letter. I mean, this is pretty cool.
Of course.
He
Yes.
writes, like, he's writing, he's like,
Is it like calligraphy?
oh my God, look at this. I'm getting like crispy chicken.
Chicken
I'm getting
skin.
crispy chicken. Look at this. He's like, oh my God, look at this. I'm getting like
His nipples
Oh my
nipples
God,
have arrived for
sorry,
the
like,
interview.
He right. I know I'm getting, he's like,
It's all
"Hola,
curly and-
Miguel. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
beautiful.
look at this.
Fancy.
Look at this. Look at this.
I know.
So
Swear to God.
You know what? Watch out when you stand up because there's something else standing up too.
Is the king of in Spain? Is the king as I don't know revered as King Charles? I mean, bad example.
I mean, we don't really. I mean, we look at the king. I mean, when my generation we grow up was
Yeah.
always like. I mean, we don't know. I don't really get into politics, but I mean, like the king is such an amazing figure. Our queen is so beautiful. He's so tall. I think we look at it to him because he's aesthetically so beautiful and
Yeah.
so correct and
Oh,
so
okay,
polite.
so he's just handsome.
That is like a really good role model. I mean, I don't get into all that monarchy thing, but he's such a handsome, tall, always correct, always say hello to everyone nice. He never stuff it up. I mean, like, you know, he's never going to get maggots somewhere or anything like that.
Sure.
I mean, like,
he is.
A little bit of sangria.
you know, we got a kid in Australia. I'll be like, hey, man, hey,
yeah,
God.
the
I mean,
queen-
like, we should have been getting
Funnels. Yeah.
The Queen. The
Come on, look at
Queen's an
this.
absolute stunner.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
They're
her
both,
go.
mate. They're both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course we're having dinner at the lodge, and when we were talking to the PM yesterday, we're like, you know, what do we wear? Like, what's the deal? Like, he's going to talk to us about dietary requirements and stuff because his people are going to be cooking. What's the most impressive, important dinner you've been to?
Wow, I mean, the most I've been to or the most I cook?
Oh,
Yes,
good
in
question.
Oh,
Both.
either.
Oh, can you do
Either.
both? Yeah.
Okay, the most impressive thing I have ever cooked, a style like that, was the Melbourne Cup Emirates, the bird cage.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
okay.
a $9 million budget for
Oh!
a dinner.
Was it
Obviously,
chicken?
no pork,
That's a lot of
no pork,
cheese.
no alcohol because
Yes,
Emirates
the
was
Emirates.
But the list, the A list that we have, I mean, and what I was cooking, I was bringing lobsters from WA, truffles
Yeah.
from Tasmania.
Party pass Melody.
But, I mean, like people
went to Costco.
Got it with the broccoli bake again.
People was bringing the tiles from Barcelona to set up the tapas bar because it was
Wow.
a Spanish theme. And when the first guests arrived, I mean, I having palpitations. You know how our first guest arrived?
Who was
was
that?
Enrique Iglesias.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm in there with the
first person
paper.
through the door.
I like this. I'm like full on. Like the least first person, Enrique Iglesias. He arrived with a baseball cap.
Yes.
A white t-shirt. I mean, looking as good as this. I mean, like white t-shirt, jeans.
Where his nipples are
wait, he wouldn't
poking
have
out as
been
much
able
as
to-
yours.
Is he allowed
I'm
in?
feeling naked, man. I mean, it's getting harder and harder.
Because they have dress standards, though, Miguel.
No,
What
no,
happened?
he didn't have a clue
Not
what the
if
Melbourne
you're-
Cup was. He
What if
arrived like,
Enrique Iglesias?
hey,
There's
you're
no-
Enrique. You walk like this. I am a hero. He walks, and he's like, a million people so excited. I mean, Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah.
Hello, Enrique. I mean, this close.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Enrique's like, hola, Miguel. And I'm like, oh my God, he say hola, Miguel. And he told to me for the 5 minutes, I told him through the menu, sitting table number 1. I mean, the list keep on and on and on.
Yeah.
I think the number 3 in the list was Carrie Ann.
She's way off the list now.
And she, like everywhere, refused to eat testicles.
And I think we have but we got all the every single famous person. It was
Yes.
pretty impressive. I mean, and the best I have, the best
The
Yeah,
only
like
attended
been
as
to.
a
I
guest.
have attended, I think was actually quite recently.
Yeah.
Because I have not seen my older brother and my younger brother together for nearly 10, 15 years.
Oh.
And my older brother, I went to overseas this Christmas, and the most special meal was my mom, my dad, Antonio, my older brother, Carlos, my little brother, and my family. And we all sit down, and it felt like when we were little again, was really like, it felt like a traveling in time. We're not seeing each other for so long. And it was, I mean, I get it loud.
I know.
I get it. And it was like the most amazing because my mom cooked the same thing they cooked when we were little.
how adorable.
And we were like,
Did you fight over doing the dishes?
What's
I know, I mean,
fish
I
fingers?
cooked-
What did she make?
I was the my mom made these beautiful paellas. And,
Paella?
And there's
Yeah,
a
got it.
paella. And it was, I think that's the most impressive thing I ate in. But not because the food or the ingredients, just because what it meant.
Yeah.
Because food sometimes, you know, is not the food carry memories not about the food or the ingredients or how you cook things. It's like the moment you're eating the food or who you're eating it with. And that's when it gets like an impressive
Yeah.
meal.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember your most favorite meals.
Yeah, you're taking me there now,
Probably
mate.
wasn't the food. It was
Yeah.
the person you were
Yes.
with, were you holding hands, you're looking at each other.
I
It's
wasn't
one
holding
memory
hands.
in time. I mean, talking about chorizo again. Come on,
Whatever it was a single plate on an ottoman facing the TV.
And it was brown.
Yeah.
Miguel,
What was brown? What was brown?
all of it. The ottoman, the food, the lot.
Mince on toast.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We're discussing the things that can go wrong, the injuries you can sustain when you're hooking up.
Yes. That's why Natalie and I don't do it.
Yeah,
it's
that's
too
right.
dangerous.
Neither with one another nor with anyone else.
No, ill. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
Hi, Aaron.
All right, so it sounds like a dangerous thing, being intimate with
It
somebody.
is.
Tell me, what happened?
So I'd been seeing this guy for a few weeks now, and we were sort of getting hot and heavy on the couch and thought we should move this into the bedroom. So we're doing that, romantic walk where you're still kissing and walking.
Which always looks easier on the movies, doesn't
does
it? But in
look easier.
reality, there's like a lot of feet and there's a lot of arms.
Yeah, and there's a height differential.
Yeah, and there's
Yes.
the hall.
So I was walking backwards and we managed to get into the bedroom, and as I've sort of gone to lie back on the bed, I've completely misjudged where it is, and I've missed the bed, and I've gone straight off the side and smacked onto the floor, and I've actually knocked myself out. But it gets better. But as I've gone to fall, I've realised, hang on, there's no bed. So I've grabbed his shirt, and as I've gone down, so then he's, lost his balance more. So then to try and save himself, he's kind of moved, he's falling as well. So he didn't want to fall, land on me. So he's kind of gone over, and he smacked his head on the bedside table and split his head open.
Oh, my God.
So you were knocked out.
2 head injuries in one hit.
Yeah, so I'm out cold on the ground, and he's lying half over me and holding me, rolling over, holding his head.
And bleeding.
And I've sort of woken up to blood, going, oh, my gosh, what happened? Is that me? Am I bleeding? Oh, my God. Yeah, completely have no idea, memory loss, no idea what happened. How I got to where I did. Yeah, so that kind of killed the mood really fast.
I bet.
So then,
What if he had knocked himself out too, and then an hour later on, both of you've woken up and you're like, did we do it? Was that good for you? I don't know. Was you? Was I?
Well, at least we put in.
Yeah.
We could both say we put in.
Exactly. Still together, Erin?
we're good friends, but no, he didn't. He kind of fizzled it.
That was the end of that.
Well,
it was just too dangerous for you to.
Does he have a scar on his head from when he hit it on the bedside table?
Yeah, he does. He has about an inch scar, straight down the middle of his forehead.
Oh, that's a good scar.
I tell you what, that is a good scar story. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Thanks, Erin. Blair, hello.
Hi.
Hey,
All right, Blair. Did you sustain an injury whilst talking up?
Sadly, I did. I got a brand new spa, and my partner at the time thought it'd be a great idea to christen it. So we decided to get in and have a little bit of fun, and as we were, my knees were rubbing up and against the side, and I'm not thinking anything but, oh, that's a bit burny. I don't know what's going on. As we finish, I get out and I look, and it's third-degree burns on my knees.
Oh! Basically got fiberglass burn. Wow.
Yeah, and the worst part was I couldn't walk for 2 days. So I had to sit on my butt.
That's a fair session there, Blair.
When I was walking the dog.
You filthy liar, for starters.
Can I just tell you, anyone that has any injury to their knees, they're the things you want to cover, because straight away people go, no, you hurt your knees,
Yes,
did you?
exactly. It's pretty
exactly.
obvious how you did that. Not walking the dog, I'll tell you right
Wearing
now.
pants the whole time, Blair, from then on?
No, yeah.
No short skirts, that's for sure.
Okay.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
We love a big time tour announce. And it's happening, everybody. Jimmy Rees is coming back again. His Not That Kind of Viral tour kicks off in August, hitting Riverside Theatre September 23rd. Tickets through Ticketmaster. Jimmy Rees, hello.
G'day, how are you guys?
Hey, wonderful, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy. Look at you. You're so famous and successful.
Oh, isn't he?
Unbelievable.
This would be a sellout in a second, I would have thought, like last year.
Oh, my God, I can't even. So funny. You'd have a lot of ring lights, wouldn't you, at your house?
So many. No, I've got ring lights for so yesterday. I just got big soft boxes, they're called.
Oh, yeah, I know the ones.
Oh, and Nat's got one.
Yeah.
So is that like sort of like a spot, like a floodlight sort of thing, and then it's got like a soft diffuser over top?
It's got the big, huge umbrella diffuser.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
makes
silver
the skin look
umbrella.
amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jimmy, with all the great videos that you do, which we see over and over again, they're fantastic. Do you just do all your production stuff, or now you've become a next level, someone's in there helping you, I don't know, edit stuff?
Yeah, I did it for ages myself, and it's funny how long that takes when you set up the camera and then you walk around to the other side, and then you're in the wrong spot, and then you got to go around the other bed,
Then you got to
Change
get
your hat.
changed.
then you got to get changed, and then you got to fix the softbox because it's not in the right spot.
Yeah. And then you realise your coffee cup didn't have the wanker coffee bit facing forward, so you got to do that again.
I know, and then you forget to press record, and you've only got yourself to blame.
Yeah.
So who have you got?
I do. I've got someone helping me now, which is good. Who is very funny. Used to play Hoot, Giggle and Hoot. So
Stop it! Giggle and Hoot are back together again.
Yeah, basically back together. He used to put his hand up an owl. Now he
Puts his hand up you. Hey, Jimmy, your videos just you've noticed that you've inspired a generation of people that are doing your sort of content.
Yeah.
It's pretty great to have created something new and
Like
then,
a whole new genre almost, yeah.
A little bit of just like talking to myself like non-stop for all day long for every single day. Is that the genre?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's just the things that, I think that what COVID did was it made us not concentrate solely on the world. It sort of made us, very concentrate on what's happening in our local areas, like with your Brighton sort of stuff. But I did want to ask you though, Jimmy, what's your fancy dress box like? I've got a fancy dress box. I've got so many different costumes in it.
I've had to purchase a whole warehouse to fit it all in. It grows by the second, and I do have a little office that I come down and shoot my videos and stuff, and we throw up a couple of sets and things now, which is a bit of fun. And my kids come down here and they think it's like some sort of like Disneyland or something going on. Yeah, and they always take things home where I've purposely stolen things from home to bring to the office.
Yes.
Take them back again.
Jimmy, how do they describe what Dad does for a living?
I have no idea. I want to be a fly on the wall. Actually, I'm just about to make a video about me being a fly on the wall. So it's kind of like Inception there. Of when the teacher asks what their dad does, I really want to know what they say. But I had this video where I actually pretended to be a huntsman, and I flipped the camera upside down so it looked like I was hanging from the roof.
Yes.
And my twins saw the video, and they came down to my office and saw the costume, and they're like, "Can you do it again? Like, go up onto the roof and do it again." I'm like, no, I flipped the camera around. They're like, "But how did you do that? I don't understand how you went on the roof."
Yeah.
Superpowers. Absolutely.
You're Spider-Man, basically.
Jimmy, we're talking off air a little minute ago about TikTok and the future of it in particular because of what's happening around the world and the bans and stuff like
America, they don't want to ban guns, but they want to ban TikTok. We were talking about what would happen in a country if it got banned.
Does that sort of thing worry you?
Not really. I think, I have followers. I post everything to every single platform.
Yeah.
So it would be annoying if there was another platform. Let's be honest, just another thing to post to. But I think it's probably a bit. I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a worry, to be honest. And there'll be something else that just pops up straight after it. It would be a bit disappointing because people love and enjoy TikTok, and
people build their careers on it.
I think they can sort it out.
Yeah.
Jimmy, when you do plan a national tour, do you get a bit nervous about whether or not Mark McGowan's going to let you into Western Australia? Like, is that still a concern for you? Because, you did pillory him a lot.
I almost didn't make it last time, actually. I think he still had this random couple of things that, filthy Victorians weren't allowed in. And I think in the few days, in the week leading up, a couple of things got relinquished, and then you didn't have to have 700 vaccines before you came as well. Something like that. I'm like, I feel I can just sort of go. But people still message me and like, "Oh, are you sure you're allowed in?"
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've burned a few bridges. You know what I mean?
He loves it. Surely.
Yeah, he would have loved it.
All you need to do to get in his good book is talk about how great WA is and post a picture of you and a quokka.
And a quokka.
And that's it.
Quokka selfie.
Then you're fine. Then you're fine.
And a quokka.
All right. Well, we love your work, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You can do no wrong. Not that kind of viral tour hitting Riverside Theatre September 23rd. It's always a pleasure. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, guys. Awesome. I'll see you there.
Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.